you. Okay. Hey friends, welcome back to MTG. My name is Ken, and we are back with an exciting mono green mythic commander. We are checking out Eladamri Korvecdal. So this was one of those commanders that, like, from out the gate, I was excited to build. Of course, this set had a lot of commanders, so it took a little while. I was super excited to get to it. I like building monocolors, at least on Arena. I feel like the decision paralysis is so much easier to handle because you're dealing with one color. You can only do so many things, and it just makes the deck building process, I don't know, it feels a little bit smoother to me. It does not mean, though, this deck does not pack a punch. Holy crap. It hit the ground running. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it. But before we jump into the gameplay, I just want to remind you, if you've been enjoying these videos, you've been liking the content, you enjoy seeing Mario every once in a while, but you have not yet subscribed, I'd ask you to consider subscribing. It does a lot for the channel, helps our growth, helps our reach, and also just shows that people are appreciating what we do, and it helps with motivation. It just makes me want to record more videos and get them out faster. But without further ado, I think we should jump into the gameplay. Okay, mono e mono. Right? That's what that means? Alright, green versus blue. What is this? Arena? Come on. You know better. This is still bad. I'm running 40. Okay, never mind. We're fine. Never mind. Everything's fine. Thank you, wizards. I got my third land. Alright. Well, let's get some creatures out that we can tap later. We are facing mono blue, so counter spells galore. Another land. All right, perfect. So this deck cares about drawing a ton of cards, I assume. Let's just draw a card. Give you scry. If you control island. Whenever you scry, if you control an island. Oh, interesting. All right. I mean, we don't play into 3 open mana, right? Let's see. Let's attack. We bait out a counterspell with the tribute, I think. Okay. Well, whatever they had could not counter an enchantment. So, happy about that. Blue doesn't have a lot to deal with it. It could bounce it. And I think that's about it. 3 open mana again. They really want us to go for our commander. But, I guess, so the question is, though, do we get the counter spell out? We can just cast it again next turn. Yeah, you know, call me crazy. Let's try and bait this out. And we can always go for it next turn. Okay, Essence Capture. If they're, if you ever want to know how many counter spells a player's running, you can tell by how fringe and bizarre the counterspell they choose is. I've never seen this card before, so I have a feeling that means all the good counterspells are waiting to be cast as well. However, they are tapped out. Destroy target effect or enchantment. Look at the top 4. I mean, let's get Eladamri out. Draws us a card into the Elvish Mystic. That kind of worked out perfectly. Put some counters on. Perfect. Okay. Got some creatures to tap. We have a Teferi we need to deal with. Alright. Ooh, Cavalier of Gales. Draw 3, put 2 on top. Alright. This Teferi is doing its thing. I'm terrified. What do we do? I guess now. Game for life. 6/6. Yeah, we'll take that. With vigilance. Okay. Well. Do we just have 1 mana? Notably, though, Eladamri's ability does get around counter magic. Do they have a 1 mana spell? Oh, see, that's the thing. let's just hard cast this. Let's see. Okay, Kura does make it. That's great. We can Blizzard Brawl you to fight, I guess, you, right? Yeah. That seems fine. Resolve, and for good measure, let's use this green mana and tap you and you. Submit 2. Resolve, and we'll put down this old friend and draw a card. That felt good. I think we're doing all right. I mean, it only takes one River's Rebuke for us to die on the spot, but we can hope that of all the cards we've drawn, that's not one of them. Teferi's at 6, so Seagate Restoration would be nasty, but they minus.
Nice
okay.
to see a familiar face.
Is it a Reverse Rebuke? Is it a Cyclonic Rift? What is it gonna be? What is our destiny? It's gotta be something, because I think with Zapandrel out, we might have it. Hey, they're going full aggro, eh? Alright, well, let's see, what's more valuable to us? So we're dead regardless. So if we hit you, that puts us at 15. Yep. Down to 4. Do we go for a spirit or do we go for... I think we go for the spirit. We want creatures. Draw a card. Draw a card. All right. Okay. Well, let's see. Do we go for the Zapandrel now and just alpha swing? Do we hardcast it too? That's the other question. At 6. See, this is where it gets a little tricky. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do Eladamri's thing now. We're going to tap our 2 friends here. Submit 2. We're going to get Zapandrel. Zopandrel, whatever. Get that down. We're going to move to combat. We're going to swing with both of these at the opponent. Because the Spore Swarm is instant speed, so... Okay. They're blocking that. Yep, that's fine. Spore Swarm, sorry. Words. So we can always use that in response and get some blockers up. Okay, 2 creatures. Well, 1 and 2, I guess. Okay. That would... I think we're just going to feign as if we don't have blockers. Bait them into an attack. Okay. I think this is... Ooh, I don't know. Let's see. Throw creatures. Okay, so let's do your ability. We'll pay... Hold on. Do we have the mana? We have 5. 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay. So we can pay... We'll sack 1, 2. Okay. Perfect. That's indestructible. Can we enter the command zone? Yes. Okay. That goes away. We do get triggers. We get counters on things. I think this is fine. Mox Amber. I think if we alpha next turn.
That is an interesting fact.
Gosh, we might have it. Let's see. Do they have the counter spell for the Spore Swarm? Spore Swarm. I don't know why that's a weird thing. Okay, they do have the mana drain. Sad. That's okay. We'll throw down a Great Henge first. We'll throw down a land. I guess we just start repopulating the board. I think at this point, let's just go for the gas. We have the mana. We don't really need Eladamri anymore, and we've got it. All right. Well, that was a good showing. GG's. All right, Big Jim. Let's see what you got. Atraxa. Oh. Sorry, Mario is fighting for his life to try and get up here. We're gonna mulligan this. This is not great, to be honest. Yeah. Well, look, we got our third land. Let's throw it on the forest. Like some sort of ramp or mana acceleration, especially with an Atraxa player. Especially with an Atraxa player with an Arcane Signet. Oh boy. Turn 3, I guess we'll go for the Monument. Discount our stuff. Scoot Swarm will be nice just to get some things that can tap. Alright, the Atraxa player is ramping. Things are looking dicey. Yeah, let's just go for Monument. Commander would be nice. However, we don't really have the things to tap anyways. So, ooh, Basri Cat. Things are looking grim, to say the least. Ooh, okay. Yep. Basri's close. I see Lotus Corporate isn't bad. Let's see. Okay, that's good. So we'll go here. Get some things. Get some mana. Do mana. You. See, we could Blizzard Brawl. Ooh, or go for Eladamri. Oh, okay, see? This is Sophie's choice. We go for the Blizzard Brawl. We deal with the Apparition. Basri doesn't ultimate next turn, hopefully. We go for Eladamri. We're set up next turn to send out like a Tyrannus Rex. I think we gotta do this. We're going to try and deal with the Apparition. Ooh, and a Spell Pierce. Alright, well, nothing. We got neither of those options. We have a Basri Cat that's going to ultimate. Yo, boy, are we ever. They're not even going to lose it now. Yeah, well, it's definitely a proliferation build. Okay, Scoot Swarm goes away. They proliferate. Emblem is out. And, oh boy. Well, we can... Yep. I'm not sure what we can do. Gargaroth does have reach. Questing Beast. Maybe Questing Beast. Let's see. We'll give you... Okay. And we'll go 1, 2 to the face. Yeah, let's hit you in the face. They have 2 cards in hand. And that's the only thing that's keeping me the ever so slightest bit hopeful. But even if that ring is about to replicate and opponent has all the mana in the world. Atraxa. Mm-hmm. 8/8 in the air. Oh, down to 9. Proliferate. Counters. Okay. Big Jim, you are eviscerating. We'll get a green mana. Tyrannix Rex is an 8/8. Trample Ward 4. I mean, might as well, right? We'll pump you up. And we will go 1, 2 to the face. With no regard to our own life. Okay. They are dead. We are also dead to this grateful apparition. Well, Basri's gone. We got rid of Basri Cat. And that's really the important thing. And
move like a sandstorm.
I don't know, I think this might be game. I'm not sure. But I think this might be game. Ooh, just barely. I mean, it was a good show of proliferation, I'll give them that. So, GG's. Alright, we are facing a Katilda. You know, I've been loving the variety of the commanders we're facing today. We have had Atraxa, but we've also had some other more unique things, so I will always appreciate that. Katilda cares about counters and humans. Gosh, Katilda is very good. And for us, I think this is keepable. 1, 2, 3 drop. That always looks nice. And we have the finisher if we ever get to that point. Okay, opponent with a turn 1 plains. Well, let's go for the Haywire. And threaten their artifacts and enchantments. Maybe they just won't cast any because they're too afraid of this terrifying looking insect. Okay, 2 drop +1 instead. First strike. That's a lot of words for a 2 drop. I mean, this is a 1 drop with arguably the same amount of words. So who am I to speak? Opponent missing their green mana so far. I'm curious if they kept... Well, I mean, there's their green mana now. I was going to say I'm curious if they kept maybe a bit more of a risky hand. But we'll never know. I have something for 1 mana. That's concerning. Let's go... Let's get some counters. Is it a Swords to Plowshares? Sure hope it's not. We'll go for the Gwenna. Is it Mana Tithe? Oh my god, if they had Mana Tithe, I would die. +1/+1, that's 2 mana, that taps for 1. 1 attack. Opponent's thinking real hard there with their 1 mana. I don't know what they have. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Right, well, got 3 mana. I don't know. What am I to be afraid of? There's a lot. It is Selesnya, but so far I'm not too worried, but you know, famous last words. One thing while we sit and wait for this opponent to play out their turn is I am going to start working on one or maybe several videos kind of going over how to get started in Brawl, or how, you know, kind of like not a beginner's guide, but sort of a beginner's guide, how to kind of get yourself established and start building decks and having fun in this format, because I think it's a fantastic format and I want more people to play it. The question is though, and forgive me as let's see, hold on, let me think this out and then I will continue on their turn. Let's just go for the Galta. That's fun, right? Yeah, that's fine. No attacks. Okay. I want to start putting together a list of kind of budget, or in this case for Arena, common and uncommon staples, cards that you think are must-haves in decks that fall under common or uncommon, things that are super easily accessible to players, as well as cards that, you know, it's pretty easy to accrue a lot of common and uncommon wild cards, so I want people to feel like they don't need all the rares and all the mythics to be able to play. So if you have any personal favorites or ones that you stand by as far as... What does this do? Counter on each creature. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm starting to get scared. If you've got any suggestions, please let me know in the comments, because I want to get as much of a all-encompassing list as possible, so I would like some audience feedback as well. So we're starting to get a little in trouble here. Let's see. Counters on the knight. We can use the might and get rid of the banner. That takes some power off the board. They're not swinging, which makes sense. I mean, we do have the Galta, I suppose. Into the north. I think I'm fine with that. Let's see. Let's get... let's go for this first. Get some counters. Get some... Yep, it's all force. I don't know why I was looking as if there weren't. Get a counter on the dino. It's a 13/13. If you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater... Do we go for the henge at this point? Yeah, I felt like we weren't able to do that much. I think we're still fine. How much power do they have on board? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can safely swing. Oh, we can go for the Korvecdal. Not Korvecdal. Eladamri. So then we don't have mana for the might. Whatever. We'll go for it. What's the worst thing they could have? A board wipe? Shh. Board wipes. We're fine. Ooh, into a snow covered. Look at that. Now we're getting somewhere. Do we use the might to get rid of the banner? I don't think we need to. We're gonna say goodbye to that pip. We are gonna try and swing in with our Galta, and not much else because I don't want to lose anything else. Nice thing is next turn we can, if Bill survives, double the counters on everything. Really, the only thing we're fearing at this point would be a board wipe. But even then, I feel like we could recover. You have protection from werewolves. Okay. Galta is not a werewolf. That has to be the most, like, I don't know. Can anyone think of anything more niche and obscure than protection from werewolves? I mean, hold on. There's one other example I can think of. It's that set, like, pretty early on. Ooh, a Tyvar stand. Okay. Hexproof and indestructible. Okay. Oh, they probably didn't mean to tap that creature. I don't know. Anyways, it's from that set that came out super early on, and one of the cards had protection. Essentially, it was protection from any card, or destroy all cards from, like, the previous set. Some weird thing. If you know, please say it in the comments, but That's a good example. Otherwise, Katilda, second place. Good game. All right, everyone. Today we are checking out the mono green Eladamri from Modern Horizons 3. A very powerful card, and yeah, I can attest that this is a powerful commander. Fun, definitely powerful. It reads, you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. You can pay green and tap 2 untapped creatures you control, reveal a card from your hand or the top of your library. If you reveal a creature card this way, put it onto the battlefield. Activate only during your turn. Essentially, Eladamri, 2 other creatures get tapped. Bam, you're getting just the nastiest things out. So, how do we build the deck? There were a couple things I wanted to pay in mind. The most importantly is we want creatures that we can tap, things that, you know, aren't our big threats, because our big threats we want to attack with, right? We're green where we want very big stompy creatures, so we want to still have things that we can tap and, you know, not have our defenses go down, so to speak. So this first category just creates various tokens, Saproling Migration and Spore Swarm. Kind of similar effects. They just create Saprolings, which is great. I love Spore Swarm because you can do it on your end step. So you've got those things ready to go. Though, again, Eladamri does not care if there's summoning stick or not. That does not matter. Springheart Nantuko is a new card, and it is fantastic. Honestly, I just have it to create the insects because I can tap those. But really, you can get pretty busted with this card if you get if you draw it late game. Scoot Swarm. I mean, there's no better way or faster way of creating a bunch of 1/1 tokens than with Scoot Swarm. Undercity Myconid is a mana dork, but does come with a body when it enters and when it leaves, so I thought that was enough value for a 3 mana dork. And Gruff Triplets. I mean, this is admittedly in the end of like things I would want to use Eladamri's ability to get out, but it still comes in with 2 tokens of itself, so again, just extra bodies is always good. Next category is, I mean, it's green. We mana accelerate, we mana accelerate, and outvalue our opponent. So this is all our kind of our ramp, our mana dorks. Cards like a Boreal Grazer, Kami. I mean, these are in all my green decks. I love these cards, but these are especially good because they're not useless vanilla creatures after. They can be used with Eladamri. Blade Halfling, Elvish Mystic, Llanowar, all the regulars. Fanatic, this is a high top end deck, always good. Everything else, Gwenna 2 is always good in a top end creature heavy deck. Everything else is pretty typical. Nissa, I finally crafted. I think it's just a shoo-in in any mono green deck. I just don't play a lot of mono, so I haven't yet built her. Next category is just kind of some top deck manipulation. If we hit a land on top, we can use cards like Oracle of Moldiah or Corsair Crufix to be playing those lands, so we can kind of dig a bit deeper with our commander. Our removal category, this is probably the smallest you'll ever see a removal category. We have 3 cards. We have Haywire Might, which again is just a creature you can tap. You can still use its ability tapped or not, so that's always nice. Blizzard Brawl, which is always a shoo-in for me for green decks, and Rexage, again, a creature with an ETB that still has value once you play it. Next category we have is our protection. Eladamri is a big target, and so are all our top-end cards, so we just want to have ways to make sure that they at least, you know, stick around for one combat. This is our card draw category. Bristly Bill is not card draw. I didn't know where else to put it. I just love this card. it puts counters and it gets things super big. I just think it's a fun card. So it's in this deck. You could probably swap it for something a little more on brand or in line with what you want the deck to do, but love this card. Anyways, card draw. Elvish Visionary, 2-drop, draws a card, and now you have a creature you can use your commander's ability for. Tribute, puts counters on little things and draws with the big things. Return of the Wild Speaker, Rishkar's, and Disciple all just draw you a bunch of cards equal to the greatest power. Great Henge. I love this card. Always good in a deck like this. The second to last category, these are our kind of green stompy go big or go home cards. I have Crashing Drawbridge. Not a lot of ways to give creatures haste in mono green, and I still want to be able to kind of cheat something out and get it in fast. That's why this is in here. Also great in the end when you just start playing a lot of creatures and you just want to close out the game. A natural growth, Zopendril, Sculpt, Spore Nexus. Ooh, that's a mouthful. All similar. They all care about doubling creatures' powers. This also creates like scary fungus dinosaurs, so that's always fun. Last March of the Ents. I don't know if I recently unlocked this card, but I've never actually got to use it in deck, so I thought this is a perfect deck for it. Cares about big power, well, I guess in this case big toughness, and gets you lots of value. And of course, the most fun category is what are we cheating out with our commander? A lot. This is a very top-end heavy deck. There's a reason why so much focus is on mana acceleration, because if we don't get our commander out, we're going to be paying these costs, and they can get pretty expensive. A lot of these you will be familiar with if you watch a lot of my videos. Elder Gargaroth, Questing Beast, Railway Brawler. I just can't speak words today. Vaultborn Tyrant. These are all cards that I love. Titan as well. I just love them. I love big, stompy green creatures, and these are some of my favorites. We have both Galtas. This one is just a house, especially if you start drawing a bunch of cards. Oh, if you can like position it in a way that you use like a Rishkars or a Return the Wild Speaker and like draw a bunch of cards, and then you play Galta and they all, that's the mono green dream. Aside from that, Endrace Forerunners is a bit of a closer, gives our things a bit of a buff. Oop, nope, didn't mean to drag you. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of the part you got to be a little creative with and just fill it with all your favorite big green stompy creatures. These are the ones that I gravitate towards, the ones I have unlocked. And yeah, mana base. We're playing mono green. We have a lot of forests. Nykthos is a shoe-in, obviously, if you have it. Seiju does count as removal, I guess, in a sense. But yeah, I mean, this deck is about just getting as much out as fast as possible and then just kind of outvaluing your opponent. And from the games, I think that's achievable. I had a lot of fun. This was one of those decks, sometimes it takes like a while to really get the games going, but this one, it hit the ground running. Yeah, let me know what you think of the deck. Let me know if you build it and what cards you like to include in your version of it. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, all the things. Support us, follow us, Moxfield, Twitter, I don't know. Appreciate you. Thank you for sticking out till the end. And I will see you in the next video. So goodbye.